nah, this like I was saying, this a disclaimer, right? Because I want everybody to know, like, don't matter what y'all try to do to go in my phone. Like my phone isn't on for a reason right now, right? Because the levels that y'all picked up off of calling my phone, off of the scam calls and the random calls and all of that, I shut all that shit off. I don't got no friends or anything like that, so it's no reason for my phone to be on. Now, as far as like me working or whatever, I can just go to work or whatever. But I don't need my phone really to be on. You feel me? And I really don't care about it being on. You know what I mean? More so for that reason, like tracking me and all of that. Even when I go up, I turn my whole phone off. Right? I'm not even going front with y'all. But it's something I want to put y'all on game though. Like, because I'm gonna tell y'all like, and y'all don't have to believe me, but I put y'all on game on everything. Because I'm not like a regular person. Like I'm not compromised by most of the stuff that compromises everybody else, but I'm still around everybody else as if like I am. They got to take more of an initiative to like try to like attack me. You feel me? But again, I say this all the time. I'm talking to random people, and from like it's not like it's not a stop button. You feel me? Like it's constant. You know what I mean? So what I mean by this is like there's not a stop button with it at all. I talk to way more people in person than I do on here. You feel me? Now people that see my shit as my subscribers are growing up and stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know about all of that, but you know, that goes as far as it goes. Whenever, however, but like what I'm basically saying is, since my phone isn't on, like um, like if I use Wi-Fi and stuff, like they try to like not make the Wi-Fi's like pop up and stuff, so I can't like talk to y'all on the live. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like I'm on the mall Wi-Fi right now, right? Now it's in the whole entire mall, but for some reason, you know what I'm saying. And recently, which never done before, but since lately I've been coming on here, all of a sudden my phone don't be wanting to get onto the Wi-Fi. Y'all get what I'm saying? So that's how I know like they're doing that on purpose. You feel me? But like I said, no matter any ways that y'all try to attack me, even if like I break this phone and I don't even have a phone to even go live on, like y'all still not gonna lower my vibration. I'm still gonna be tagging people in person. I'm still not going back to smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm matching the energy that I know that's coming on the planet as these solar flares are hitting the planet. I don't need validation from anybody. I know it's happening. And one thing also, I'm in tune with energy, and I see how antsy and on tension that everybody else is off of how the solar flares are hitting them. So best believe y'all can go on my phone and try to make it so I can't connect to the Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? So I can't reach the people and stuff. None of that shit is gonna stop me. You feel me? Like if y'all don't know already, I got one of the most defiant spirits, one of the most defiant souls. You feel me? It's relentless. Like that's why it's so much resistance even against me to even start with, because of how strong my energy is. You feel me? Like I don't give up. You know? And most likely I could probably get that from the black woman. You know what I mean? Because my mom knows who she is. You feel me? And my mom can't be compromised by a lot of the stuff that compromises even other black women. Y'all get what I'm saying? So like yeah, I'm just letting y'all know, like, I'm prepared for all of it. Anything that y'all even that me saying this to y'all, that like y'all think I didn't think about them during that already? You know what I'm saying? You think that I don't feel the energy of people that's irritated off of like not validating me, but that not even stopping my subscribers and my channel growing. That I know that it was doing that on purpose, hoping that to probably maybe even depress me to the point where I wouldn't still be speaking to y'all. You hear what I'm saying? Y'all got to think about all of this. Like, I'm already way ahead of that shit. Like, I'm like 10 steps ahead of y'all. Like, I'm a real Aquarius. You feel me? So, like, I think about everything. My mind is racing all the time. You know? That's actually even one of the reasons why my anxiety, has been how it's been my entire life. Or even why I even started to smoking even to start with. Because of how ahead of shit like I am as far as my thought process. In a moment, people not understanding, but later knowing what I was saying or whatever it is that I was talking about. I could tell by the looks on people's faces, a lot of the same people that see me, that I spoke to, that had pride then when I told them certain stuff. Maybe some listened, some didn't listen, right? And But regardless, like we're at where we're at right now. You know, I told y'all summer is coming early. They can. I told y'all they can come with like a lower snow day, lower blizzard here and there. You feel me? A lower rain when they can't even get the blizzard to come in. But that's not stopping the radiation. You know, you see how hot it is right now. You get what I'm saying? The cognitive dissonance is only going to make it speed up even more. And it's so funny. That's the main thing that people don't even realize about this whole shit. Like we're getting closer to the cosmos. The planet isn't even where it's been at. You feel me? So with that being said, you gotta think about it. Like where it was before, it was like, yeah, you know, you can ignore certain stuff. Shout out to the 10 people that just came in here. You know, like you can ignore certain stuff and it'd be like whatever, right? But where we're at on the planet right now, you know what I'm saying? The energy that's on the backside, that's enveloping the whole planet right now, that's still coming in at top speeds. These ionized particles hitting DNA from the inside out, UVC radiation, right? While the ozone layer is being removed. Anything that goes against the natural source way of how stuff is supposed to be as it's going back towards that is only going to speed it up. That happen even faster, you know? That's why everything is happening so fast how it is. Whether y'all believe me or not, I'm telling y'all no lies. You feel me? I'm telling y'all no lies. Like for real, like what I'm basically saying, if if well, I was gonna say if y'all didn't want it to speed up, y'all should just go with it. You feel me? But that's gonna make it speed up also. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's a lose-lose situation. So the best thing to do is just go with it. You feel me? Because actually not going with it is just speeding it up even faster. And that's why everything is happening at the rate it is. And even to your points of the attacks within the people of the same genetic makeup fighting with each other, how they gotta throw it out. You feel me? And it almost seems like damn every day is something else happening because they gotta be on that type of time at the rate of people's cognitive dissonance that's speeding everything up, you know, for the natural way for it to go. You feel me? That's what this is really about, you know? It's about genetics, it's about anatomy, you know? And I know people's ignorance, don't matter how much a lot of people warn them, more so in certain areas. I'm in one of the most avoidant energy areas in general, of truth in general, and just ignorant thinking, outdated thinking, you know, that, you know, it's going to put it like this. Places where I'm in Northern Virginia, right? This is why I say I love Northern Virginia, because I knew this prior. I knew that Northern Virginia was going to be one of the states that was going to speed up everything that much more faster because it's the first slave state. So therefore, it was going to be one of the most hardest places to coincide and align with the truth as it's coming out more and more. You feel me? Like I already knew that. So like I said to myself, damn, whether they know it or not, I don't know how long it's going to take for them to catch up to it, but they're going to speed this shit up even more and make it even better for us off of them trying to, you know, act like everything is everything. That, of course, a lot of people are trying to do that in the world, but it's certain so-called states that's having more of a way of acting like everything is everything still. That's basically what I'm trying to tell y'all. So I love y'all. You feel me? Shoot, with my phone off, I don't even know how much they might attack me. They might put it so I can't even get on here at all. You feel me? For a little bit. For real. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that they're nervous as hell about me. You feel me? Because the more I raise my frequency, I'm aligning with all of these ionized particles that's hitting the planet. Now I'm gonna check the I used to tell y'all know I used to tell y'all exactly, you know what I mean, like certain times and stuff, specifically military time wise, when certain solar flares would hit the planet for organic beings, neuromelanated or eumelanated, to be directly outside in the sun and stuff like that. I'm gonna start doing that again. You feel me? But I stopped it. I stopped doing that because of just all the data that they was hiding on a regular basis. You feel me? That's why I stopped that shit. You know. And as I was, you know, coming more into myself, I was just more in tune with just the feeling of it, where it's like I didn't even have to look at it. You feel me? And for real, most people, if you know the feeling, you know the feeling. You know, when that tension speeds up more, you can feel when CMEs are hitting the planet. You can feel it. You can definitely feel it. Like that random burst of anxiety you get, or like, you know what I'm saying, or energy. You know, you eating right. You feel me? Like all of that, yeah. You feel me? We right here with it, y'all. So, you know, I hope that I'm helping anybody to better themselves. You know, not even just organic beings, but human beings also. You know what I mean? It's just simple stuff. It's stuff that you can't change, but it's stuff that you can help yourself within, like just basic shit like eating better. You feel me? Y'all remember me drinking the coffee and shit. You know what I mean? Now it's like I'm trying to like not eat it all. You know what I mean? You know, as much as, well, I already don't eat it all. When I mean like not eating it all, I mean not even eating like one time a day, because I just eat one time a day. But I'm trying not even eat one time a day, and then just go the whole day without eating at all, and then towards the end of the night just eat a couple apples and oranges or like grapes or some shit like that. You know, maybe get like a smoothie during the day or some shit like that. That's what I'm just trying to just be on. You know what I mean? I'm drinking my tea right now and shit. Probably like 2 or 3 months in. Depending on, you know, I might look into one of them cleaning your system out Jones. You feel me? That you can get from like the smoke shops. But in reality, you know, one of the best ways how to cleanse your system is to fast, you know, from parasites and all of that. So I'm probably most likely just going to be fasting, and just dealing with the overcompensation of these unnatural beings that feel uncomfortable. And that's, you know, like this one right here. You know what I mean? You can feel the tension. Like this shit. It's real right now. You feel me? But I value y'all, and I love y'all. Y'all know that. Shout out Zion. Shout out my troopy troops. I love you to death, man. I was just thinking, man, in his recent photo, my son always be, I'm telling you, that's how I know it's my son. My son always be on a healthy tip. This man always, he got like an apple in his hand. You feel me? He always trooping on something healthy. You feel me? And that's what it is, you know? That's definitely what it is. Just trying to raise his vibration to the best of his degree that he can, you know? But I say this, with all of that hair, his mom, you know, you need to go ahead and lock that ether up, you know, like we spoke about, you know. For real, he might just already want to do it as he, you know, build his relationship with me and see daddy's locks. He might be like, you know, I want those, you feel me? But you should just go ahead and just lock them bad boys up for real. You know what I'm saying? All jokes aside, that'd be like the best thing, the real best thing to do for real with him, is just lock them bad boys up, you know? For real. I can't wait for this shift to hurry up and take place and finish out. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not annoyed by unnatural people and their ways. I'm more annoyed by us. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like we're so, and I get it. So I don't want to say anger. Like, it's not anger or rage or even frustration, you know, but it's like, because I understand at the same time, like, you know, we've been living against our means and stuff, and we remembering who we are, but it's like we've been living against our means, really not that long, but long enough where it's like, it almost feels like an attack of us knowing like what we're going back towards, and it's nothing that we can do to stop it. So I see it from all the angles, y'all. But put it like this, it might seem like it's crazy at first, but we're gonna see how much more so it's better for us and our future offspring, you feel me? And us individually and all of that. You know, this earth, wind and fire song put that on point. You know what I mean? Top off exactly what I'm saying. You know, for real, it's gonna be so much better, because you think about it, like it's a lot that's been out that people don't get, but they're still, you know, doing because of habits. That's why habits are so strong. You think about it, like I've been telling people for the longest, like have y'all seen any new? I know y'all haven't seen any new cemeteries. When's the last time y'all seen them build a new cemetery? But people die every day, though, right? How much people you think die a day? You know, so at the rate of how much people die a day, you think they should be making new cemeteries often, right? But most of y'all probably can't even think of y'all even ever seeing a new cemetery built. But at the rate of how people die every day, it makes you think. You feel me? You know, like, but I don't eat meat or none of that shit. But I'm just saying, you feel me? I'm just saying, and a lot of stuff has came out where you can look between the, you feel me? Like it was this show that came out when I was younger. I think it was called like read between the lines or something like that. It was like an educational show when I was real younger. It was around the time when they had like Reading Rainbow and shit like that. Y'all remember that? Reading Rainbow, I can do anything. Take a look. It's in the book. It's reading. Hey, we need to follow that today. You feel me? It ain't about nothing but go. Even if you don't, even if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like a lot of times, put it like this: with how I move and how what's been happening to me in the past. You know what I'm saying? Genetics books taken by the slave catchers and all of that. I'm more so either on my phone or I literally go to happen along the way. Yeah. I'll be going to the library reading genetics books. After the love is gone. After the love is gone. After the love is gone. But yeah, y'all, we just gotta match this frequency though. You feel me? You feel me? But I love y'all though. What y'all on right now? Oh, they not allowing for me to see the comments and shit. You feel me? See, this is what I'm saying. Like all y'all that's on here right now, they be fucking with me even while I be live. It's like my vibration is so strong. It's like they wanna fuck with me, y'all. You feel me? So I gotta switch up my spots to go in and talk to y'all and all of that. I feel like what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But I gotta like counterattack everything, y'all. Like I can't even see the comments right now. You feel me? And I know they doing that to make me end the shit. So y'all, it's like they trying to just mess up my vibration and shit. You know, the time is still showing that it's going on. I know it's recording, but I can't see the comments. This is how y'all know that they really shook at me and shit. You know. But I tell y'all, if y'all hearing me speaking right now, let me tell y'all, all of this is an illusion. Even them attacking me, right? Because let me tell y'all, Mother Nature already took the wheel. So they can attack all of us individually as they want. You know, first off, it's more than enough of us that's putting truth out on the internet. Like they can't attack all of us. It's too much at this point. That's first off. But then we're at a point of what Mother Nature is doing where the change is happening regardless if you want to take heed to it or not. You feel me? The DNA has already started changing for better or worse, really since 2020. You know, that's why now you seeing stuff like the first like 2 years and stuff. People that's unnatural to the planet, they wasn't having like birth defects. You know, not having babies at a faster rate. Enjoy the rest of your day, God. Peace, power, abundance, reflection. They wasn't having babies at like how they're dying off faster than they're being born right now. You feel me? So you could tell like they basically leading towards extinction. You know, whether we want to notice it or not. But this is the best thing for us because see, once all the distractions are gone, you know, once we're not able to be tapped in this Western ideology and we're able to come back to us and not be enforced in this way of life. You feel me? All of that's gonna come into us remembering who we are again. You feel me? And like I said, the embarrassment is just on us though. Like if y'all would have seen me just respect that black man just now, he in a suit, you know? And I already read his whole energy that he had Uncle Tom energy. But like I still respected him regardless, you feel me? because I know what's been done to us. I say this all the time. Like, if you're to your point that you can't even reciprocate positive energy from your brother, just because like he's gonna be asked whether he knows it or not. Our brothers and sisters, shout out to the people that just came in here. I can't see y'all comments or anything because they're not allowing me to see it. You feel me? They messing with my lives, but I'm still talking to y'all and shit. I see y'all coming in. Like he's gonna be asked, like, you know, that God of your same genetic makeup that respected your divinity and just greeted you. Why didn't you greet him back? You know, he's not going to be able to say anything that's valid, like, oh, because I thought he was struggling, or, you know what I'm saying? Nothing that he's going to say is going to be valid. You feel me? And I hate to say it, but it's going to be those bloodlines of us, right? That's going to be eradicated. That's why I'm telling y'all. Majority of us are not going to be here because you would have to be crazy if you would think that our brothers and sisters would allow us to continue on with the damage that's been done to us entirely, right? Because the same damage has been done to all of us. You feel me? But you would have to be crazy to think that our brothers and sisters would let bloodlines that can't even respect the natural divinity of their brother and sister, of their same genetic makeup, offer the infringement of the system to go forward. You would have to be out of your fucking mind. You feel me? You know? That didn't involve anything financial. That didn't involve that's just general appreciation for your species. You get what I'm saying? And that's the one main thing, us as a collective, majority wise, that this system did to us, as far as how it's divided us. You feel me? I wasn't trying to chill with him just now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask him for no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is the rate of what this system has done to us, where we can't even respect each other. You feel me? From just being at a certain place at a certain time, even if we never see each other again. That's what this system has done to us. You feel me? And all the white people know it. You know, they all know it. And the thing about it is, black people, when we act like this towards each other, we don't really realize how goofy we look, because everybody that's not us knows who we are. You feel me? Even right now, they looking at the ones that are remembering who they are, along with our brothers and sisters looking at us that remember who we are. And you're seeing the ones on the planet that remember who they are, and then you're seeing the ones that still trying to hold on to the system as it's crashing, because it's all they know. Let them tell it, right? You know? And that's why I say all the time, y'all, the shame is on them for doing this to us, but that embarrassment, as we get closer in the summer and more takes place and more comes out, that embarrassment is gonna hurt so bad for us, you know. Even us that even people like me, the even chosen ones, or us that respected each other and knew what was what. It's still that embarrassment is on us because we're judged by one, yes, individually, but by one in unison also. You feel me? It's the reason why we all got the same genetic makeup, and the same thing for unnatural people. You feel me? Of different races of all those animals that make them up as an organism. It's a reason that they all share the same connection to them not having a biological identification to your planet. You feel me? It's certain stuff that's going to be magnified going forward. You feel me? Whether y'all believe me or not. But this is part of the test too. The biggest test as organic people is the unnatural species as they're going to be crashing out, and us as we're going to be crashing out also. You feel me? So I really love y'all, man. You know, this is a good live. I really wish I could talk to y'all, but I mean, I might start another live and talk to y'all. I see y'all coming in and shit. You know, shout out to the people that's liking the video and all of that. But we know, you know what I'm saying, the main people that's more stronger than others that's neuromelanated are going to be attacked in ways that people aren't even aware of, because they still don't know what the fuck they're living in. You feel me? Regardless of their genetic makeup. This is where we at with it. You feel me? It just is what it is, you know? Like, I accepted it. I don't get offended by it. I don't get triggered. I don't get provoked. You know what I'm saying? I just make sure I make it to your next day to see this shit crash, because that's something that everybody is saying, even if they don't know why. Like, even if they don't know who the planet is connected to. Because you notice there's a lot of people that's talking about this system crashing, but a lot of people that's talking about this system crashing, they're not talking about why. You know? They're just talking about it from a detrimental standpoint of stuff that is real, right? Like the natural resources have been hijacked. It's in abundance for everybody. Gas, electricity, water. It doesn't need to be hijacked in any way to your point where it's like people got to be giving it away their energy and time, right? We know this, but who's doing that? You feel me? So this is where we at with it, you know. But I love y'all regardless. I always ask myself questions like this. This is questions like I ask myself. I say, imagine, you can't compromise me. You know what I'm saying? You can't put me in a shelter. You can't put me with the other homeless people that's not trying to raise their vibration. You can't use the slave catchers against me. No matter how much they try to harass me, I'm still the same person. I deal with them accordingly, just like how I dealt with the one that tried to harass me the other day. You know, and he was angry already. One of them, because like I told y'all, I posted the video when they ran up on me from a traffic standpoint when I was crossing the street. And when I was crossing the street, and I told y'all this was before the Epstein files came out, right? Before the Epstein files came out, I was crossing the street and it wasn't on a crosswalk. And I do that all the time though. You know what I'm saying? In front of them too. That's what I'm telling you. They pick and choose when they want to be doing certain shit. You know how much times like I've crossed the street not using a crosswalk in front of slave catchers, and they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So this shows you like, but that day specifically they wanted to do that, right? So them harassing me, the whole situation changed from that to me giving them a whole lecture about children and how important children are in public. Even the people in remember we was in traffic. This was like traffic time and all of that. Literally all the cars that was passing, some of them started rolling their windows down and they started listening to the conversation and shit. And it was like, and you should have seen the looks on their faces. They was like, y'all, they was like, I know that conversation didn't start. They was like, I know that conversation didn't start off of him walking up to them and just talking to them about that, right? But with them in the past, it has, but that one wasn't though. You know what I mean? That one definitely wasn't. But it just shows you that the times we're in because when it happened, right? And let me show you how real it is. When it happened, they humbled themselves. And what I mean by they humbled themselves, their whole energy switched, y'all. Their whole energy went from like harassing me, trying to be bold and still fear. And then once they heard me speak and they heard the knowledge and me speaking on certain things, something told their spirit that they needed to listen to me. And you know what they did? They stood there and they listened to me for like a good, I want to say like a good 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And I was recording a conversation and everything. And I let them know too that I was recording a conversation. I got their badge numbers and all of that before I left. You know what I mean? Their personal names and everything. You know what I mean? And not only that, I let them know that I was appreciative that they did listen, regardless of their occupation and genocide that occupation was even built on to start with against my species. And that there would be consequences for the destruction that was done on the planet and the children. This was way before the Epstein files came out, y'all. You know what I mean? And so I know that them two officers, I know that they thinking about since that came out. I know that they came across that, they thought about that conversation that they had with me. Like, man, this man said all of this to us. They don't even need to tell me. You know what I mean? I already know because of where we at with it. You feel me? So this is why I tell y'all, like, get your spirit like mine to your point that you're raising your vibration so much that you don't need validation from anyone. And you're defiant in your spirit no matter where you are, no matter what's going on, no matter what approaches you. You feel me? That's the place to get, because y'all know how they be saying become one with everything and shit like that. What do you think that is without you being dead? So-called say we don't die, we know that, but what do you think that is though? What do you think that means for you to be like that in a alive form? You feel me? So-called say, right? Really think about what I'm saying, y'all. You feel me? So it's definitely real. It's definitely real, y'all. Like even right now, look how I'm sitting right now. You feel me? See how I'm sitting right now? See how I'm sitting right now? This is the position that I be sitting in a lot. And in nature. You feel me? This is what we gotta be on. You know? See, you hear all them kids in the background, right? When I this stuff like I think about that crosses my mind, right? I say to myself, like, damn, not even just children in general, because we was once children, right? But the innocence of children, right? How innocent they are, how nourishing they are, right? The nourishment that comes off of them, their biofield, right? What they project, how much they just want to help. They don't care who it is. You know what I mean? You know, as you get older and stuff, you know, because of the damage that's been done on this planet, you know, you got to worry about things like somebody trying to hurt you. If they're like all of these things that you think about that kids don't think about when they want to help. You feel me? That don't even cross their mind, you know? Unless and if it does in a way, it's from a standpoint of just your energy not being right, but not anything specifically. You feel me? Like, so they're not thinking, oh, are you going to hurt them? They're just like, your energy is off, so they're going to steer away from you. You feel me? For real. Like, so when I be thinking about this to myself, I'm thinking like, damn, how could anybody want to mess that up? You know what I'm saying? And then not only could anything want to mess that up, right? This is what's crazy. And this is going to fuck y'all head up me saying this to y'all. But it's because this shows you the species that you're dealing with, right? How could they have not figured out? I know some of them are other beings, right? And some of them are reptilians and all of that. I get that. But with all that being said, I'm just going to speak on like the 13 royal families, right? And even some of them. But really understand what I'm saying? No. How could all of this come out with them, right? About them, all this wild stuff that they're dealing with children and stuff. Enjoy the rest of your day. Reflection, peace, power, abundance, God. And right? And them try to separate themselves from them as if like they're us because we're all one human race. Let them tell it. But they know damn well they don't got no connection to nature. You get what I'm saying? So this shows you how manipulative this species is. Like they want to separate themselves from the whole situation and talk about it from the masses as if like they got no connection DNA wise with these people just because they separated themselves from them to live amongst us. You feel me? And a lot of them, you already used their common sense and figured it out. You feel me? Or I'm gonna say this: a lot of them know that a lot of them people that's doing that, they know that they're not us. We might be in cahoots with some of us that sold out, went against source, but black people don't need to drink blood to survive or you know what I mean, age and be younger. Y'all know the saying, even from a 3D standpoint, black don't crack, right? How much black people just be looking younger in general, especially when we eat right and stuff. You get what I'm saying? I seen a video just yesterday. A lady was like 80 years old. She looked like she was like 25. You get what I'm saying? But and this ain't racist. This is facts. How old do white people be looking? Be real. They be fucking like 20 years old, looking like they like 45, 50. You feel me? They be aging fast as shit, losing hair, going bald fast as shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. So you can't put anybody that's neuromelanated in a form of all of this that's happening with children with adrenochrome and all of that when we don't even need that. Our anatomy doesn't even need that. You feel me? We don't even need that. We're not even supposed to be even eating meat. You feel me? So it's like you really gotta think about this, y'all. You really gotta think about this. But this is all stuff that they avoid, of which is gonna make their punishment worse, of why Mother Nature is even speeding up right now, y'all. Whether y'all believe me or not, like this is real, you know. And I'm just seeing the ways they act. But shout out to all the human beings that's calling them out on the internet. That's the eukaryotic cell, complex cell organism that's continuously talking about the genocide that's with y'all species. Because that takes a lot. You talk about maturity. You got to be mature as hell as a white person to talk about the damage that your species has done without avoiding it. You feel me? Like out of 10 of y'all, maybe only 2 of y'all can do that. The other 8, maybe even 9, they not doing that at all. You feel me? That you feel me? So like that's a big step. Actually, that's a huge step. You feel me? So shout out to y'all. My phone is about to die. I'm about to charge my phone a little bit. But like I said, I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit, man. Value and respect, abundance to everybody. You feel me? This is a viewpoints of RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses and all high vibrational human beings. You already know what the fuck it is. You feel me? We tapping in, we raising the frequency, we eating right, and we getting this sun. We getting this shift, regardless of any versions of us, segments of us that don't understand or that want to go against our oppressors. You feel me? And have Stockholm syndrome. You feel me? And that's real spill, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm gonna tap in with y'all in a little bit for real.